All right, what's going on, guys? Today is April 27th. I'm going to be going over today's price action in the one trade that I took today. Today I lost $196, and I like the setup a lot. There was just a lot of A plus setups today. A lot of good opportunities that kind of got invalidated by just huge candles and just a little bit of interesting price action today. So I just want to go over what I saw, go over some opportunities, and discuss what I saw in the markets today. So let's just begin on the higher time frame. Um, right, we're still bullish. We're at all-time highs. I want to take longs here. Nothing is telling me that I want to go short. We're still completely bullish. Still respecting this 4-hour gap. So I was looking for longs, right? Just that simple. I was looking for longs. I noticed that we had this huge 1 hour right here. Price opened up at this candle right here, so we hadn't tapped into this hourly yet. So really what I wanted to see was this low come get swept, right? I wanted to see this low be swept and then us deliver out of this hourly gap to the upside. So that's what I was looking for off open. Open is right here, right? So we hadn't come down yet. We opened up right here. We ended up moving lower. And we left 930 highs behind, right? So just coming into open, we open up right here. We get a move higher, and we displace to the downside, right? So we're looking for shorts to come into our key level. Not looking to take shorts, but I'm looking for the market to manipulate lower into my key level and just give me the displacement out of it that I'm looking for to the upside, right? So um, basically everything up until this point down here was just kind of invalid for me. I wasn't looking to take anything. This short right here was probably an okay opportunity if you were okay with taking shorts today. And the draw on liquidity was very clear, right? This is an obvious sell side point right here. So if you did take something like this wouldn't have been bad. I just really wanted to look for us to manipulate into longs, manipulate into my key level, and then deliver longs out of it. I'd rather wait than just take shorts. But this would have played out for about a 1-to-1. Wouldn't have gotten stopped at break even, right? Break even would have been right here. So this would have played out beautifully, and you would have been done for the day 10 minutes into market open. But for me, I was looking for this exact play to happen, right? I wanted to see this sell side get swept. I wanted to see an SMT inside of my key level and then deliver out of this hourly fair value gap, which ended up happening perfectly, right? We get the sweep liquidity. We create the SMT down here. And at this point, I'm looking for this 1 minute to close and give me an inversion, which would have been just A plus, just incredibly A plus, exactly what I was looking for on the day. Probably would have sized up here, and I wanted to see something like this, right? Like something like this. Stops right here. Probably could have even gone stops like right here, and probably would have targeted 930 high and delivered partials at this point right here, and then at 1-to-1 as well. So this would have been the main target, but if I was just wanted to go for 1-to-2 or 1-to-1, not be greedy, this would have been perfect, ideal. Would have been no drawdown whatsoever, not even a single bearish candle. It would have taken us to our TP, right? But I just didn't get the trade, right? This becomes invalidated. This candle closes all the way up here, closes above my break-even point, and the RR would have just been awful, right? Like you're looking at something like this, even if you did go stops like right here, you're still looking at, you know, just barely a 1-to-1 right here if you're targeting 930 high. But if you want to target this minor buy side, like the RR is just awful and just invalidated the trade idea for me. So at that point, I'm looking for price to continue to return to a discount and then give me continuation longs, right? Because we left these equal highs on the 5-minute chart, right? 5-minute left equal highs. We still have 930 high above. We have this high inside of this 15-minute, and we have still minor buy side up here as well. True day open as well was up here, so I just was using that as a magnet for to draw us higher, right? So at this point, I want to see price return to a discount right here at this 0.5 level, and then deliver me longs to the upside, right? So that's exactly what I was looking for, and I ended up taking this long right here after we trended to a discount, and we get a 1-minute IFEG right here to the upside. So I enter off this position right here, stops below this point. I can't remember. I think I actually had my stops right here. Um, which in hindsight, looking back, this is a continuation setup, so I probably could have gotten stops right here. But I think I did have them right here, right? So this is what I was looking for. I wanted to go break even, a little bit discretionary on this trade just because I had so much conviction in us going higher to take out this 930 high. So break even kind of would have been a little bit discretionary. I can't remember exactly where I ended up taking. Yeah, I didn't go break even. But this trade was a little bit weird. Probably would have gone break even at these equal highs up here. But this trade was just a little bit weird because I ended up adding in a position when I did, or taking out position when I didn't mean to, right? So at this point, I wanted to set a limit order for partials at this high right here, and then I was maybe going to target 930 high. So I wanted to set a limit order here, and I accidentally set a market order and took off part of my position right here. So it kind of screwed me up, and once we began trending lower, I did close out this trade early because I realized that we could have wanted to tap into the CE of this 15-minute rejection wick, right? So we created this huge 15-minute wick, and I understood that, yes, we run a discount of the range, but ideally, price probably wants to manipulate into CE of this rejection wick, which would have been right here, which you can clearly see worked out perfectly. We got clear displacement to the upside here, rejecting off the 0.5 of this 15-minute rejection wick, right? So I ended up closing early once we got, I think, right around this candle right here. And I ended up closing early, just accepting that this trade idea was probably incorrect. I accidentally, messed up my position sizing, and I just kind of wanted to be out of this trade, right? So I closed out a little bit early, which is why my loss is so small today, and it would have saved me from a bigger loss, right? So closed out my trade early. And yeah, so just not very happy with how I executed today, and not very happy with my awareness, right? I really would have liked to wait for price to come into the CE of this 15-minute rejection wick, which would have saved me from a loss and possibly allowed me to, get a win here today. But it happens. We managed our risk well, and so I'm not completely upset, right? But at this point, right, we move lower. We are respecting this 1 minute. We tapped into the CE of the 15-minute rejection block. And honestly, this was incredibly A plus. If I would have entered right here if I would have got the entry. We open up a 2-minute fair value gap. We're still rejecting off the rejection wick. The draw is still higher with these 5-minute equal highs and 930 high above. So I was very convicted in longs, and I would have entered this for sure. But this 2-minute just closed way too high, closed above my break-even point, invalidated my setup, right? So I would have liked something like this, perhaps, and taking this for these equal highs and possibly even, this 930 high. So I would have liked something like this perhaps, gone break even at this internal high right here, or possibly this internal high right here. Just because I was pretty convicted in these equal highs getting hit, which actually didn't end up getting hit. It looks like we're trending up towards them now. But this setup would have been ideal. So that was a plus in my opinion if the close would have been right. Same thing with this right here if the close would have been right. But this just wasn't an ideal setup, right? Both of these just way too high in premium. The RR wasn't good, and we just missed. Just the market didn't give us an opportunity today, right? Like something like this, like just doesn't make sense to me, right? These closed way too high, just invalidated our setup here. So skipped out on both of those, and yeah, that is pretty much all that I saw. I think there was a 30-second that I liked as well, somewhere in here. Yeah, this 30-second right here, I didn't mind. I tape read this, but it ended up not playing out. Right, so we create a 30-second BPR. We are delivering from a 2-minute BPR. Right, this 2-minute BPR right here. So we are delivering from this 2-minute BPR, still respecting. I still think the draw is higher. Delivering out of this 2-minute BPR, and we get a inverse of a 30-second BPR right here. So I tape read this, entered longs at this point right here, just stops below this candle body. And again, 1-to-1 and or these equal highs up here that we left behind, or 930 wick, right? So liked this, and this just would have been a break-even trade. Would have gotten stopped at a break-even at this internal high before price continued to trend lower. Still rejected off this BPR. Just chopped around for a little bit before we get the 2-minute inverse. And yeah, price just continued to move lower here. Still respecting this 15-minute rejection wick. But just moving lower down into our 1 hour fair value gap, and I was kind of looking for maybe for price to come down to this hourly, but it looks like we didn't need to. And yeah, at that point I was off the charts after seeing all that, and then this was pretty A plus. We didn't have the higher time frame delivery, but we still are respecting this 15-minute rejection wick. So if you took something like this, I could have possibly seen this being all right. Stop position is a little bit, discretionary here, just because due to the fact that, you are inside this 15-minute rejection wick. You could probably put it below this order block or just below this candle body right here. And this would have played out beautifully. You could have gone for something huge. and probably wouldn't have gotten break even, right? On this candle, you'd probably take a break even at this internal high. And it looks like this is probably going to end up playing out towards these equal highs. So that would have been a great trade. But at that point, I was off the charts. Just a little too choppy for me. Missed my, there was a couple A plus setups. I didn't miss them. I just didn't take them because price didn't give me the entry that I wanted. And so, yeah, I just think that the one loss that I took today probably could have been avoidable, understanding that price probably wanted to come back into the CE of the 15-minute rejection wick. So just something to work on there. Um, and yeah, besides that, it wasn't bad. Today was pretty obvious, right? As far as price action goes, like these trades were obvious. These trades were obvious. We just didn't get the entry model that we wanted. Um, and yeah, I just think it's pretty obvious that we'll probably come up for these equal highs, come up for this 930 high, and take out this high as well, this high inside this 15-minute fair value gap. Maybe get some sort of bearish reaction out of this a little bit, and then continue to move up higher towards all-time highs. But ideally, I still want to be taking longs from this point that we're in right now. So yeah, good price action today. Just not the entry models that we were looking for, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys ended up green today. There was definitely a lot of good opportunities to make money in the market. Just a lot of it was pretty discretionary, right? A lot of entry models did get invalidated. So yeah, that's pretty much it, though. I think we're probably going to end up coming up higher, taking out these equal highs. So if you are in longs from this position, that was a great setup. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for me. I'll be back tomorrow for another market review. Of course, another backtesting session today. Um, and yeah, that's gonna do it for me. So I got back from a trip late last night, so just getting back into the routine. So hopefully we're in for a good week. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. So I'll see you guys later.